research center in Spain, in Seville, Spain. The presentation will be related to agriculture statistics, and I'll just give you a brief introduction into that solution. We've been working with European Commission on something called DataM. It actually stands Data for Modeling. The idea was that within European Commission, we decided we're going to integrate, when I say we, obviously, I'm working together with the European Commission. We integrated all of the pretty much publicly available and privately held key data sources on agriculture. And when I say aggregated, we actually mapped definitions of all indicators. And Arnaldo will give you a brief introduction into that. But basically, it's agriculture-related application. Then we're going to have two of my colleagues, Sergey Shestakov and Sergey Ivliev. Sergey Shestakov will present a little bit on a Prognos platform, so you get a little bit of understanding what's behind all of the solutions that we developed for you. And Sergey Ivliev, who is managing all of our risk management business, he will present the solution that we developed for Bermuda Central Bank. The person that I mentioned earlier, who is late, he's going to arrive in a few hours, so he'll present his solution tomorrow. But Sergey will give you an overview of that solution, which has a lot of sort of a data visualization for financial sector, financial industry, and he will show a bit of a stress testing that we developed for different commercial banks. With that, I'll pass it to Arnaldo. Yes, and then you just press.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Vladimir. I want also to thank you for the organization of this event and congratulate for it. It's really something that we would have expected to be organized before or later. It fulfills a need we had to confront our experiences with other customers of your solutions. So, say that, I am Arnaldo Chevano, I work for the European Commission, so a kind of customer in the government or super government sector, I would say. I don't want to say that I represent the Commission, but more rather than this, the institute where I work. I work for an house research institute of the Commission. So the European Commission, in its process of producing regulations for the member states, as its own advisor in the research institutes. So we produce analysis, forecasts for possible effects of decisions at political level. Our customers, our colleagues in Brussels, basically. So in this, you can see how the business intelligence fits very well in this process. So we produce results that in a way arrive to the table of a negotiation where with the other stakeholders the decisions are taken. And we put in this table the scientific advice about the socio-economical effects of possible decisions. Or on the other way around, we assess the possible socio-economical effects in progress that would need support by the change in legislations. Within my institute, that is in Sevilla, in Spain, I work for a unit which is in charge for agricultural study. So we basically make analysis on socio-economical impacts of political decision in the agricultural policy, which is just to give a taste, it's more or less half of the budget of the European Union is about agriculture. In my institutes there are also other 3 units that are in charge for energy and transport, information society, people that could have been very interested by this kind of event in a way for other reasons. And for sustainable impact of technological solutions. There is here some slide about the activities of my department. I don't want to go in detail, but you can easily see how the business intelligence is very well fitting with our activities. In particular, I would like to explain what is the position of our prognosis solution-based tool, this DataM. We use DataM for collecting and making available in a unique point quite a huge number of databases that relates with our analysis. So data coming from organization at the international level about agriculture and other economic indicators that can be analyzed together with this data. We also integrate models that my colleagues, which are most of the time specialists in econometrics and statistics, produce in order to make the results that are asked from our colleagues in Brussels. The way we use the prognosis solution is especially for collecting this data, stocking it, and for harmonizing the data from almost 100 different non-homogeneous sources. In part, we use also the analytical tools that are integrated in the application, but in many other cases, it works as just as the database to feed other softwares that are for making models. Things like MATLAB, Stata, GAMS, for who is familiar in your organizations with this kind of problems. So, this slide you can see a bit what are the main strengths, the main points that we expected from DataM. So the fact to collect this data, to have it available in one point, disregarding from the fact that if there is a licensing issue behind, and on top of everything, I would say the capacity to harmonize this homogeneous data and to be able to do reporting who compares data coming from different sources, that is felt as something very important from my colleagues, and the capacity to search over this data, which is only possible the moment you have done this harmonization. So, history, we are in the business with prognosis from 3 years now, so there have been 3 development projects, one per year from 2010. The last one has consisted in developing on top of the back office application also a web portal. We are going to start a new project for new improvements. In this, we have also started some synergy with the African Development Bank for the data management tool. Basically, we are in this specific aspect, we are trying to share the use of the same software solution and possibly also common data sets and common metadata used to make the harmonization. These are the 2 applications that we have. So the one in the left is the historical and the basic one that we use within our department and also used by some colleague in Brussels, in the Director General for Agriculture. And then the web portal, which has for us the function to be used for disseminating data. So we believe that the strength, the product that it's interesting and that it's created by us is this fact that we make homogeneous different data sources, and we created, as we will see soon, data sets that are made as a combination of different data sources, and this is what will be presented on the internet while hiding all the difficulties of the job to make this integration of data. This is a list of the categories, I would say, of databases that we have in our tool. I counted recently, last count, there are 172 different data sources, which is really considerable numbers. We have data from Eurostat, DG Agriculture of the European Commission, USDA, FAO, whatever you see listed on the screen. And from the last bullet, you can see also how we integrate results from the model that we or other organization run. This is a slide only about the current technical architecture in place for the back office application. The back office application, we run it, we host it, the database is installed at IPTS. The brown arrow is the final configuration that we have adopted after having experienced all the others. So basically we have the application is a client-server Windows application, the server is an application server Windows, the database to us is Oracle, and the clients are a machine who just connect a remote desktop protocol to the application server. This slide is a bit more technical, but I have already seen during the lunch break that somebody in the audience can be interested also in this kind of, on sharing this kind of experiences. The remote desktop protocol works quite fine also for within our network for the colleagues who are in Brussels, so with a very excellent level of performances. These are more or less